WNST, Towson, Baltimore, and WNST.net. We're live in Atlanta. We're at the Georgia World Congress Center. It's all brought to you by our friends at LifeBridge Health Sports Medicine Institute and our friends at Royal Farms. Real fresh, real fast. Make sure you're downloading the rewards card. Use that. Download the app. Get your gas. Get your fried chicken. I get back on Monday. First thing I'm doing is getting some fried chicken and some Western fries at Royal Farms. This guy's going to get back to Baltimore pretty soon and get back on the horse. Baltimore Ravens linebacker Alvin Jones joining us here live in Atlanta. You know, this year was different for me, man, because the young guys like you, sometimes I didn't get a chance to meet some of the younger guys. We have locker room access now when you're working out to get ready to do your thing. We're usually there afterward the last 20 years where I see sweaty guys. I see you guys reporting to work in the morning, getting ready for work. It's been fascinating to see the young guys showing up early and trying to get your way out onto the playing field, man.
Yes, sir. You know, you just take examples from like Weddle and Tony Jefferson. They're in there 6 a.m. every morning getting the lift in. So you start to just like, oh, I got to get like that. So I can get like them, play a long time, take care of your body, because that's the most important thing out there. You
show up, see somebody beat you there, you're like, right? I mean, that's all that alpha male anyway, though, right? Everybody wants to be the first guy in there, right?
Not me. I get there early, but not too many people beat Weddle in there. He's there early.
Weddle's the guy?
Yeah, Weddle's the guy.
See, this is what we learn here on the program. We learn who the first guy. In the case of the Ravens, for a young guy like you coming out of UTEP, and you come into Baltimore, first impressions of what you see, because I think it can be large. I think it can be large for guys from Alabama or whatever, to come to the NFL. I mean,
yep.
Bert's going to get him a ring this week. Right? It's crazy.
Yeah, when I first got there, my locker was next to Bert. And,
well, that's something.
Yeah.
The oldest guy not Suggs would be the oldest guy, but close, right?
And came in undrafted like Bert. So he taught me the ropes, showed me everything that I needed to know, like what I should be doing in practice, what I can do better each and every day. So I thank him for that. And
so you're rooting for him this week?
I'm rooting for Bert this week, going with the Patriots. And
let me say this. If the Patriots win, I will feel good for one person, Albert McClellan. Other than that, I got no friends over there. John Fossil was with us when he was a young coach with the Rams, and I know Rob Havenstein a little bit from being from Maryland, but I got no rooting interest. But there is a part, like, I didn't even know Bert was on the Patriots. And 2 weeks ago, Charger game, he fell on a ball or something. I'm like, damn, Bert's playing in the playoffs. Look at that.
Yeah.
Last time I saw him, he had a cup of coffee. And he's a guy I think everybody feels good for, because he's a guy that's hung around in a capacity you love to say, yeah. I spent a decade in the NFL, right?
Yes, sir. And it's for him, it's a great thing, because I feel like he could have still played with us, but
of course,
you got to they're trying to get younger and things like that, and you seen he can still play. Goes versus they go play the Dolphins, blocks two punts, things like that, and I'm glad he got an opportunity, because he actually texted me when he was up there. He said, "Hey, I'm walking around with one of your college coaches."
All right.
And I said, "Where?" And he tells me his name. I said, "Oh, you with the Patriots?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'm working out for him today." And then he texted me. He was like, "Yeah, I just signed." I'm like, "Oh, that's amazing. I'm glad you it all."
Yeah, I'm going to
like
throw
that.
him a note too. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a picture of two of us, and I'll text it over to him. Tell him you're here representing your boy. Alvin Jones here from UTEP, the Ravens, and also Savannah, Georgia, right?
Yes, sir. That's where I was born at.
Yeah, but not home here though.
No, not home. My parents are military, so I moved 5 different places.
You turned out so good, man. Your parents are military, so this whole adaptability to the NFL, this is normal for you, right?
Yes, sir. That's how you got to adapt to survive. So.
Well, you're with Lee Steinberg, and just give me where your career is and what your off-season looks like, because you're obviously a guy. You want to play, you want to be a starter, you want to make money, you want to last 10 years in the league. Where are you at this point in your head in this offseason to get ready?
So I know I had my exit interview with Coach Hard, and he says, I expect big things out of you next year, especially special teams, things like that. So
he says the same thing out of me. Every time he says, I expect big things out of you.
So I did that. I was up in Baltimore training up until this week. Then I went home to El Paso for a little bit. And
down in the West Texas town of El Paso, I fell in love with a Mexican girl. All right, sorry. See, he knows that song. My wife doesn't know that song. I say that every time she gets tacos, right? And I don't,
I hope y'all getting real tacos, not like hope y'all getting some real tacos.
So every time we make turkey. So at my house we make turkey tacos, right? And it's sort of like a little go-to. And it sounds like you would want to eat them. But every time we eat them, I'm like, man, these are damn good. Why do we always bag on turkey tacos? But when she pulls out, I always sing, down in the West Texas town of El Paso, I fell in love. And so that you know that song, man, we're cool now.
Sir, that's what our fight song's kind of after that. UTEP, yep.
Sing it. How does it go? Is it down in the West Texas town of El Paso?
Yeah, but it doesn't say I fell in love with a Mexican girl.
What does it say? Do I have to Google? So your dad was in the Navy?
My dad was in the Army.
Army, okay.
And both my parents were in the Army.
Army. And then where?
Then after Hampton, El Paso, Texas, and then I went to high school in El Paso, got a scholarship to play at UTEP, stayed there.
I got to get to El Paso one day. I've never been there. All I remember is the Sun Bowl used to be there every year, right?
Yeah, it's still there.
I remember one year when I was a kid, it snowed during the Sun Bowl.
It snowed a couple of times since in the last couple of years.
People don't think it snows in El Paso, Texas.
It doesn't snow often. It always happens, and it always happens around the Sun Bowl time.
Right. So why do they call it the Sun Bowl?
I have no idea.
Call it the Snow Bowl. Alvin Jones here from the Ravens linebacker and getting ready. Yeah, the whole part where you're not allowed to talk to your coaches and out of the building and all of that. As a young guy, talk to me about that because there's some controversy about that, and certainly the coaches would love to have you guys there 365, the Players Association. But for you not being able to have that period of time, what do you do the next 6 or 8 weeks? I mean, for you're self-motivated, obviously, but this is a different time, and the coaches would prefer to have time with you guys.
So after the season ended, I kind of stayed around, so I work out up there, and then I just go chill after that. So
you enjoy Baltimore?
Yeah, I enjoy it. I like being on the East Coast, being different climate because El Paso's the desert. So I didn't.
It's warmer there, even if it's snowing. It's warmer.
I didn't experience snow a lot. So now, like when I was in Baltimore, I was getting
you thought
snow.
You wanted winter until you moved into it.
Yeah. Then I'm just stuck in the house. I'm like, I'm not going outside.
I thought I wanted to see the penguins in Antarctica. Then I found out how cold it was. I'm like, maybe I don't need to see penguins. Maybe I go to the Baltimore Maryland Zoo instead.
Yes.
But for off season, so you're going to be in Baltimore a lot.
I probably won't be back until I'm trying to do an internship with Under Armour. So.
Oh, nice.
Probably be back sometime in March.
What are you going to be when you grow up, when you're not a football player?
See, that's what I'm working on right now.
All right. We're I'm here to help you.
Yes,
I'm here to work through it. Alvin Jones from the Ravens, not promoting anything other than
himself.
The Baltimore Ravens. And you going to the game or just hanging out
No, just hanging out.
All right, man.
Yes, sir.
Don't get any trouble down here. This town. Watch out. That's all I'm saying, man. Nothing good happens after midnight.
Yes, sir.
All right, that's good. That coach you up all right?
Yes, sir.
I'm 50 and old now, man. I'm sleep at 9:30 last night, eating Black Forest cake and being boring, watching the NFL Network. That's what I'm down to, man. Yeah. That's what it's come to. You guys got to get back here. Next year,
yes, sir.
We're going to play in this game.
Yes, sir.
All right. You and Lamar and everybody.
Yes,
John,
sir.
Get them together. Alvin Jones from the Ravens. We're live on Radio Row. It's all brought to you by our friends at LifeBridge Health Sports at Medicine Institute. We're down here at the Georgia World Congress. We're going to be here all week, including next week. We'll get some replays. You can hear it all out in the buyatoyota.com audio vault. I am Nestor. We are WNST.net, AM 1570, and WNST Towson, Baltimore. And we never stop talking Baltimore sports.